since you lost.
Walter, did you know our contact was Leon Dorsey?
Who? CEO of Obsidian Energy. Big time genius.
Hold on. That guy caused a zombie apocalypse?
Zombie is reductive. I prefer Homo mortis.
If it looks like a zombie and rots like a zombie, it's a zombie.
Find a use for this. This is that sludgeite stuff I saw on Leon's computer. That cop car should have some goods.
Remember, destroy the nodes, clear the way to the church, get the fuel.
Playing more of what? Whatever you be talking about. That's my thing keep muting.
Mine does that too. I notice depending on how I have the cable, if it's hitting my like lap of my chest, it tends not to.
Oh, weird. Hitting the top of your chest. Just not expecting that.
Whatever. Well, because they have an ottoman, so I usually just have it so the controller's enjoying it so far?
Yeah. I mean, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever are you talking about?
Oh, you mean the thing that I thought was potentially the demo, and then realized after you got to this foresty area that you're playing the actual game earlier?
Whatever you talking about? What, were you watching me play a second ago?
What? Well, it was for like maybe an hour ago, but now I'm watching you play again.
Not what I expected.
Those like
humans. Yeah, just also not expecting the map to change every time you start the mission. That replay a mission.
Huh. That's different.
Oh.
Like, the map fully changes, or like just the enemy placement and like stuff?
I spawned in a completely different spot than where I spawned last time, and a different car spawned, and I don't know the maps, I don't know the amount of the map changing. For instance, I wasn't 100% paying attention to the last moment I was playing, but I'm fairly certain that aspects of this map is not the same that was. Because last time I started somewhere up here, and some of where I see right now I think is a little bit different than where it was last time as well.
Yeah, because you started at the top of it before, and I spread out.
That's what I said. I started somewhere else, and then I think this is where I grabbed something else.
This doesn't normally.
Robin.
How can I smell this bad?
And now I'm somewhere different. I also did not. I thought you picked which car you brought into the missions. I didn't realize that you find them in the world. It's a much more
Watch out for healing.
open world kind of thing. Or at least in my opinion, it feels more... It feels less... I'm just pretty much redoing the same mission I did before. I just wanted to try a different weapon and try leveling it up a little bit more. Or try using a different weapon and potentially leveling or figuring out a little bit more how things work before I continued into the next...
Oh, that's fair.
Next mission. You know what? I know what I need to go for, so I might as well just go for that car. I know each car is supposed to have different aspects. Or each vehicle has different aspects, and you can customize them. Oh. I don't know. There's a different way around that.
Tighten up the hill.
No, there is no way around that. So, for instance, I am driving a cop car. The thing with this cop car is that it can actually be used as a distraction.
I assume by using sirens and stuff, right?
I don't know. Never used it. First time using. But it can be used as a distraction, which can also go completely kind of like a, bait thing. There's another car that I was using earlier, and it acts as the ability. Yeah, I believe it has NOS. There's pickup trucks that offer ways to either store or carry extra ammo, as well as flamethrower-like options. There's a ambulance which offers healing options, and then there's the Humvee which offers some other options. It's a little mix of it's a little mix, or the best way I feel like I can describe this right now is it feels more like, I kind of want to say more like Far Cry meets zombies, in the semblance that the maps are actually, at least the one map I've done, it's actually more open and stuff, with a lot of,
because you did say that earlier.
It's only one.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. It's only one map I've done, so I don't know for sure if any of the other maps are going to get more.
And the unique thing about this over the other games is, one, that it's open, two, that you're driving vehicles, with the other ones you don't really drive vehicles in.
Well, like, yeah, World War Z and all that other stuff, the classes seem more...
Prior to you playing the demo, I did see a demo Let's Play like about a month ago maybe, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I wonder how much you get the vehicles with you in, but watching you play, I'm like, well, clearly the whole thing is like getting through stuff with the vehicles.
Well, you can walk
Probably
however long you want to walk. You can choose to walk around the whole map if you want to walk, but you're gonna be walking through various amounts of enemies. On the other option, if you choose to take a vehicle with you, there's various resources that you have to manage with that vehicle. Things like repairing it on top of fuel is a thing.
Being able to use it.
For instance, this has 50% fuel. You can choose which weapons you can start off with, which is also nice.
I'm on the turret.
There's 4 classes to choose from. You have the healer, which is what that guy just pretty much did.
The yellow circle?
Yeah. If you notice, my hand's kind of peeled up yellow.
I weirdly always think the yellows... I have no idea what yellow is. I usually always think green is heal.
Yeah. Well, they put your health as green. You have 4 classes. If I don't know how much you saw me play earlier, but you have 4 classes. One is the drone guy, which pulls out that little drone. So that's tied to a specific class. It seems like the drone's always out, but it's, I think as you level it, you can choose how the drone chooses to shoot. But you can apparently use the drone as like another player. Like it can apparently revive people and activate stuff. If you set it up to be like that. I'm assuming, or looking at it, I think you have to level it up a bit more before it can do some of that.
I'm assuming most of these crystals and stuff are used to level or purchase stuff.
Yes, currency for buying and getting stuff. It's going off of it, the more you use stuff, the more you level it up. There is, looking at it, a currency that you can only get from higher difficulties, but that seems to be more so for some cosmetics.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is just the more you use it, the more you level it up. Use a specific gun more, the more it levels. The more it levels, the more customizable options you can purchase
like
for it.
Or
yeah.
More ammo. Okay.
Optional objective. That's just straight ahead. Okay. And you use the orange crystals that I've been picking up to purchase those extra upgrades to said weapon. Or upgrades. Get 1 primary, 1 secondary, and then you can pick up a heavy around the map. And you can also choose your melee weapon. So you have 4 classes. You have the drone guy. You have your striker, which is more of just a straightforward DPS. It seems like they kind of throw an energy blast, which you can also change how that energy blast reacts. And then you have me, which is playing the tanky defender. So the blue thing that I've been popping up is a stationary shield. I like that it seems to have assigned the, I don't know if I can personally do it, but I like that it seems to have assigned them, like, the other classes that I did not choose.
I'm liking this.
Rather than just make them, like... Required. Yeah, I like that. It's like, oh, well, they're this and that, so I can kind of also get the healing and whatnot, or have a drone, even though I'm not playing as the drone character. Granted, I can't control the drone or control what they choose to do. Anyway, this doesn't look like there's any... I think for the most part, the concept is that
I got the spray and
giant
pray.
sludge creature. I think you were infected.
If you're having trouble finding
Yeah, because if I recall, that's why the guy gives you that thing on the chest to keep you from going zombie, right? Or something
Yes.
like that.
Yep, 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 yep. The vehicles are kind of Mud Runner-ish. You can get like
Stuff
locked
and
and
stuff.
stuff, yeah. Which is where winches come in handy. I'm finding or learning now a winch vehicle is a good thing to prioritize. Apparently, I can't go that way.
Gotta be honest, it's not a bad price game either. Like $39.
Yeah. The Blood Pass, I think, is just mostly cosmetic. I think the concept is that they're... Oh, that's a pull thing. Oh, that is a pull thing. Now I know. They're doing kind of the World War Z thing where they're bolstering and talking about how everything is supposed to be, or a lot of their actual content will be free, which is like what World War Z originally bolstered when it first came out. Unfortunately,
It did not stay that way.
I think it was like a year after they turned around there and they were like, oh, yeah, we only meant free for the first year. Which
Maybe you freaking say that then.
yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, they added a lot to World War Z, and apparently, I did somewhat look it up. The Walking Dead stuff
We're in front of the
does
church.
actually
We got a
somewhat
lot of zombies
change,
here.
I guess, how the
You can
zombies
destroy the
work in
villagers
that,
with you. They're protecting the
making them
towns.
more slower.
Okay.
But still, like
So
they
you're
did add a
serious
bit
about
on, so
that.
you know, give them that. But that's what they're saying for this too. Like, oh, you know, everything is going to be free, and the only things that you will apparently pay for is
Cosmetics.
so they say.
First I was supposed to be like, have to have that
I honestly, vehicle-wise, I thought it was like when you start a round or whatever, it'll be like pick a vehicle. So like I thought it was like every character picks their character, and then one character, or probably like either the host or everyone votes on which
Or they
vehicle they're
vote,
gonna get, and that's the vehicle you get, unless the mission requires you to have a specific vehicle. I was like, that's probably how it's gonna work. And I mean, once again, I've only done the first mission. Which
Yeah,
is still what I'm
sorry,
doing, like this is still
you're not
technically
done
the
yet.
first mission. But I saw things where it was like, oh, you can pick up vehicles or whatever and then bring them back to the base. So I thought that's kind of how the vehicles were going to work, where it was like you're going through story and you're finding vehicles and you're unlocking vehicles as you...
progress, kind of like Snow, kind of.
Yeah.
Isn't this done by the same people that did it or something?
Yeah, they've done a lot. That's the only thing that kind of also had me going like, maybe I'll give this a try, because if you look at what the devs do,
Zombies?
well, they did Space Marine 2, and they did World War Z. They've like, it's not SnowRunner isn't like the only thing they've done. They do quite a lot. It's just at the same time, if you look at what they do, they're kind of the way I described it to not necessarily these guys, but the way I was just I don't know why I expected anything different from that.
Oh, so, yeah.
Thingy that went kablooey.
Because all the other crystals are the same color? I don't know.
So I was looking at going, this looks like something interesting. I don't think I've seen it before. He's not just sitting on the ground. I feel like these devs are kind of like Ubisoft. And what I mean by that is like not like, oh, Ubisoft is terrible, yada yada yada, and they make...
Hey, no problem.
But I mean in the sense that
I can get it.
Ubisoft has a tendency to support games for a while. They don't just make a game and then move on to the next game, or sit down and say, oh, the game's a fail, we're not going to touch it ever again. they make a game, they give it kind of support for at least a year. Like, say what you want about Ubisoft. Ubisoft does have some pretty bad games, but they don't abandon the game whenever they release anything. And I feel like that's the same with these devs. They just kind of, they'll make something. They made World War Z, they kept World War Z going, they made SnowRunner. SnowRunner is still going strong.
So much DLC for it.
MudRunner, I don't know how much DLC MudRunner got, but just the concept of it just keeps going and going and going. I mean, I don't know, MudRunner keeps going and going, but SnowRunner keeps going and going. I know they just came out with a new one as well called Docked, where you play kind of more as like a dock worker.
And they have that other one that came out, the...
Actually, I didn't even realize
MudRunner 1.
Well, Roadcraft, but Docked just came out.
Mm.
Which I think is also very similar to that stuff. The only difference is that one you also actually get out of your vehicle. So like while you're doing the docking, or like the dock worker stuff, you can also get out of your vehicle and move to other vehicles. This area contains spare parts. Yeah, so this seems like it's very much like this time around. I'm exploring a little bit more than I did last time, but it seems like it's very much you can go straight into the missions, kind of do whatever the objective is, and then say peace out. Or you can go into the mission and then be like, well, you know, let's go restock and get a bunch of different things before we peace out, which is just a little more interesting.
I think it's kind of nice also is the fact that there's multiple vehicles in one area. So if you're playing, let's say, co-op, you could do what you're doing and I could be on the other side of the map collecting stuff too. Or whoever you're playing with.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the only issue I'm feeling somewhat is you need a winch vehicle for a lot of stuff. That's how I'm currently feeling.
Fair, and the lack of gas, I guess, too, would be one of the things that would kind of
I won't be
hinder
too...
that plan.
Oh, I did check the dirt. I won't be too concerned with the lack of gas, but it's the winch thing. Because, like, I feel like a lot of these things, especially for getting those spare parts, if you don't have a winch, it just ends up being like you're standing there going, well, I can't.
Oh.
You can't do anything unless you have a winch. Because I won't be able to open this trunk, which will potentially give me whatever loot that I want. But you could, however, get a winch. One person grabs the... So, like, I'm gonna winch this. Let's see if I get spare parts.
I'm keeping this one.
I didn't.
Got a gun.
I got a gun, but I didn't get spare parts. If I got spare parts, then it could be like I winch it, I get spare parts, and then I give... or let someone else take the spare parts, and they take the car, and then they could go do something else with that spare parts kind of thing.
Or you get stuck like now. That a winch.
Oh, there's different ways to go around there if I had chosen. I'm sure I could have found a different way around there. Because the thing with the spare parts though is it's like the heavy weapons that you can get, like the specialty weapons, you need spare parts to open those.
Heading up the hill.
That also said, I don't know how many there might be in other missions where you may get more than one vehicle with a winch. This is just a bad case of this mission only seems to have one. Also, vehicles with turrets need ammo as well. So the person firing that turret on my enemy needs ammo, so you gotta restock it with ammo. But like these yellow crates are what you would use.
That's what I needed.
Whatever that currency is.
Use the spare part stuff that I was just mentioning. So like,
oh, that's what the gear thing is?
Yeah. So like someone could pick up a spare part and then they could either take a different vehicle to go explore these things and see if they can get different whatnots. Or you could take two different vehicles and one person goes to one main objective and the other person goes to this main objective, and then you could do your different main objectives at the same time. So you could do that. Like you could definitely split up the party and be like, oh, okay, one person's gonna go check out that area, one person's gonna go check out this area. Or, you know, going to potentially get heavy weapons. I just feel like if you're trying to stock up on spare parts for, say, like, the end of a mission, then winches at the moment seem to be the... And this mission could also be the only mission that, like I said, offers one winch. Maybe other missions may offer more than one winch. This is not where I'm trying to go, though. In a weird co-op-y thing. That guy looked like he was still alive.
Speeding up the turret.
In a weird co-op-y thing, they seem to have added... Not necessarily a weird co-op thing, just a... Oh.
Can we winch that thing?
Okay, what?
What is this? Oh. They have these blue things, which I found on the last mission. That seems to be, I guess, the more you have, the more XP you get when you finish the mission. But you can only carry, or one person can carry one at a time. So, I can't carry all of them. I think it said it was in this area. I don't know if currency is shared, but yeah. These things. Collect a sledge to gain more XP and bonuses, but it seems like you can only collect one.
I've got healing here.
One per person, yes.
Got
Yeah. Is my
Too bad you can't command AI to pick it up.
Yeah. That I was trying that earlier. You can command AI to do oops, wrong button. You can command AI to do some things, but not picking it up is one of them. Or is not, or picking it up is not one of them. What's that?
Well, then you find that doesn't really matter, because even if you get them to pick up, it only counts for the one that you have. So if, let's say I'm on the other side of the map, you get one of those, and I don't get one, you'll get more XP at the end than I will, because I didn't have one.
I don't know. No sliding. You can customize every piece of your gun, color-wise. I just realized that a second ago. So you can color your weapons or make them kind of more unique or your own. Unfortunately, that too does cost currency. And the more fancier options cost a lot more than the more not so fancy options.
They kind of want you to play the game over, just like the other ones, right?
Yes.
Wait, stop moving.
Getting the mud runner effect going on right now, but not being as badly in depth as mud runner.
Fix this generator or what?
There's also various different weapon types and stuff. One of the heavies I just had a second ago, you probably saw, was an actual like railgun that charged up before it fired.
Yep.
Hey, no problem. Don't have the strength.
No, not able to.
Time out! I need to reload!
My shield option seems like it gets really better at the highest of levels. I think I was just googling it a second ago. Apparently, the highest level is level 40. So
okay.
that is at least decent. But it also seems like you
That was my bad.
That's weird. That's not 50.
Nothing to it.
I hate that hacking so far. That is a very annoying hacking thing.
Oh, so you gotta dodge the little spaces?
Yeah.
That seems very much a pain in the ass.
That's what screwed me up admittedly the first couple of times I was doing it, and was slightly struggling. It is weird that level 50 isn't, but it's also, that's like an okay. 40 is okay. I feel like I can get to what I want with 40. Assuming they don't add more stuff. And it seems like, if I had to guess, it seems like your main ability doesn't actually cost any points. Overall, you get 4 main abilities. So, like, mine right now is that, the bubble shield. Every 5 levels, I'll be able to slightly switch it to... I think one of them's like a more smaller shields, but I can place some... Whoa! Second down you came. I can place like more small... One of the reasons why I'm kind of doing this is, like I said, just both leveling up a different weapon as well as I want to explore a little bit more, rather than just what I did last time, which was like kind of figuring out, oh, this is how this works, and then going straight for...
Yeah. Makes sense.
Plus I want to... Normally I always go for the AK weapon, which is what I was kind of doing last time. Or at least in the first time I did this mission, so this time I was like, hey, let's try this gun. It's a little bit weaker, but let's try it out. If I like it, then I will stick with it, and if I don't like it, then I will switch back to the AK and just utilize the AK.
Did you start with a bunch of the guns unlocked?
Yep. You, surprisingly, actually. There's 2 ways to use the winch, by the way. There's also like, there's like the, you just pull and it'll break stuff, or you pick up medical gear.
That's what I needed.
You can also light these up. You start off with a whole bunch. I don't know if there's like ones that you unlock later, but it seemed like everything was... I don't know where that's... I tossed it down and then I don't know what. Not that it matters to me. Time to go there too.
I can't help but see a face every time you pick up a can.
Oh, that's cool.
How about we use the winch?
Can't help but see a face every time I pick up a can.
Next time you pick up a yellow can, look at the end of it, how it looks like a little dragon face or whatever. Maybe I just have a weird imagination.
See a world of little dragon face. I think, honestly, I think like every weapon is unlocked from the beginning. It's just the various upgrades aren't. Which, once again, comes down to needing to both use the weapons. So, like, as you see, there's like XP stuff, that's whatever going up on the side screen. The more you use the weapon will kind of give you like, hey, you use this weapon like X amount of times. It's gained, yada yada yada. That was the first, whatchamacallit, spare part thing where I did not need a winch to grab, as far as I know. So yeah, maybe like splitting up. I'm also doing this on normal difficulty. Splitting up normal is actually surprisingly good too.
But then also the problem is with the AI, stick with the host of the game, or the person hosting, or would it like once the even one stick together player?
I don't know,
Could
but
also be a problem.
This hasn't been so. I mean, apart from that one sludge guy, this hasn't been one of those like Left 4 Dead, World War Z kind of things where you get that enemy that just kind of like obliterates you.
But again, you're also the first person, so.
Yeah, but I feel like even in those, as things added, like sure, big guy right there, but as I say, I haven't gotten caught.
Don't make a habit of that.
This is. So that is a opening of, yeah, fine, you're right, maybe splitting up may not be. But if you have a vehicle, you can still be somewhat smart enough. Also probably helps depending on what class you're playing and leveling up. Drone guy at least has a drone that can, I believe the drone can also heal you. Kind of situation. Or can get to a point where it can heal you. I like that one of the main objectives is actually like do a whole bunch of shit to get to that thing, and then the other main objective is just like, oh, that thing's already...
Nodes are done. Guess we're going to church.
We need that fuel, so don't die on your way there.
Okay, I think I see what you mean by
Fire just
dragon,
launched
which
from
is
the church.
very weird.
Wartime must be making a mess there. You need to get there before they destroy the fuel.
I'll take care of this. Nothing to it.
Don't seem to use spare parts to repair the thing, so that is always nice. Or if I am, I'm just not realizing that I'm using it.
No way this church is abandoned, Leon. The EMP tower is on.
The zombie limit's not like World War Z level.
Yeah.
So it's not, oh my god, look at them swarming.
Well, and you're not really locked in an area of having to bunker down. Like, you have this whole area you can explore without having to be like, okay, well...
You say that until I go walk into this mission area where it is bunkering down, but still.
I think so far this is the most I've seen like World War Z as this area you're in right now.
I'd say the
All
intro,
those zombies that are dead.
the intro felt very, but you're very locked in the intro.
We're pretty damn good, but not that damn good.
I need time for our tower to charge up. Do
So-
what you can while that happens.
But because I saw the intro initially, I thought it was just like the whole game you're stuck with one vehicle, and that's how you progress from each area. You just keep that vehicle
We're not really rescue folks from a church.
Seeing you play this, it's like, nope,
I got
that is
wounded
not
in here, and you four are walking around just fine. Use whatever's out there.
Leon, there's a woman named Gallagher at this church. You know her?
Gallagher.
Okay.
She led Hopewell,
Paying attention to
the
them.
paramilitary group that locked down this area. I thought
They
she
all
left.
have different spare part numbers than me.
Yeah, you all had 4, now one of them has 1, the other one has 3.
I'm wondering every time now I'm curious.
Step it up.
Yeah, this makes
I
him.
want to hear a knock.
It's great. Working on it.
I'll do it.
So, if I pick up a spare part, I should have been paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to it, but if I pick up a spare part, do they automatically pick up spare parts?
New gun mystery
Gonna put
box.
this to work.
And if that's the case, then it really is better to do what I was just doing a second ago and kind of go around and get spare parts rather than just
Fine.
Go right.
Guys, want to hurry it up?
Yeah.
We don't have a lifetime.
have all access to a whole bunch of different. And that one has. Ruby's the only one. Frick, I could have been opening up.
I heard the knock. Turning up the tower now.
The vast majority of the spare parts are,
Here they come.
luckily, like I said, not for repairing vehicles as far as I can see, but for setting up the predetermined traps. Unlike World War Z, where you had to kind of go and hope that wherever you were opening had,
Barbed wire or
yeah,
uses for parts to get access to those.
Yapping or shooting?
Now it's the party.
as well as opening up these weapon crates, which are probably the closest thing to weapon rarity. Yeah.
Start from the beginning.
The only things that don't seem to be starting. Will every mission end like this? I don't know. I imagine.
Most likely.
I imagine that there's probably some missions that will probably just be this. I don't think there's a wave mode at the moment though in the game, but still.
Get them off the side fence.
Good to go.
Which one did I not try?
Oh, where have you been all my life?
This one I did want to try.
Fence is activated.
Just about ready to blow.
There is one more that I not tried.
Zombies at the door! Soon coming this way!
At least as far as I can see, there's one that I not tried. Ah, still gone.
That one's done. Whoa!
Loading takes a little bit of a while. Which is weird for a PS5 game. Or at least for a while, because I don't feel like a PS5 games really had a second of loading.
Screen.
Yeah. Music's nice. It's apparently done all by John Carpenter. If you've never heard his music before, then shame on you. And before you say, but Travis, isn't John Carpenter a movie director?
He does well.
A lot of his soundtrack was in Escape from New York, in Assault on Precinct 13. All that fun stuff. Like if you ever watch any of his old movies and you get that little cool synthy soundtrack going on in the background, that was like pretty much his music.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Leveling, doing what I just did a great job of leveling. Not a lot, but leveling up a bit. So this I think I cut out at the end of the first stream. So it's gonna show me now, like, because I got that gun to level 2, these are new things that I can purchase for it. Unlocked access to a new grenade, to 2 new grenades.
Grip.
I think grenades are like the only thing that gives you an idea of like enemies killed, how much of that funny currency that I get. So there's 3 currencies. These 2 are kind of like the main, with another being a big thing. And there we have it. That was my my practice run. Till next time.